What's up, everybody? Christian James here. Today's video comes to you live from the Weighing In podcast. The clip that we're going to go over today. Should men date trans women, which are dudes in dresses? No, because I don't like dudes. Let's see what ridiculous argument these women come up with yet again. Let's go.
You said that the biggest thing that's facing women is, what was it?
People putting on a costume and trying to be us.
Claire, do you have anything on that?
I mean, obviously I don't agree with it. I don't know what else to say to. I mean, that's just what you think, and I don't think that same way, but...
Yeah, multiple people don't agree with
Yeah.
that, but I mean, it's just like a matter of fact. It doesn't matter what you put or wear on your body. If you're a biological male, you'll never be a female or a woman. So, I mean, you can dress up like one, like you can dress up like a mime, but it's the same thing. It's a costume.
Okay, but a mime dresses up for a performance.
That's also the same thing in my opinion.
You think it's a performance?
Yeah.
It is a performance. It's not real. You're putting on a costume to pretend you're the... Look, there are some lesbian women who dress like I dress. They wear long shorts. They wear muscle shirts. They wear tank tops. They have spiky hair, like when I used to have spiky hair. They don't have a beard, usually. They have tattoos. Right? They're not playing a character. That's who they are. But for some reason, every time a dude is trying to be a chick, they're the most flamboyant, over-the-top, wearing yoga pants and makeup and high heels chick ever. They're not just them and saying one day they're a woman. They're playing the part of a woman and they're saying they're a woman. It's a performance. For most people, it's a poor one, like Dylan Mulvaney. But it is very much a performance.
I think most of the time...
Which way, this way?
No. That way. Scoot it closer towards you. No, not you. Sorry. It's just the microphone was... Her face was blocked. Go ahead.
Oh, I think you were in the middle of talking, or was
Oh,
I?
yeah, I do absolutely think it's a performance, and I think that most of these times these people are assigned an affirming therapist. They're not actually looking into anything deeper into their life. They're just saying, oh, okay, you think you're a woman, all right, here's some hormones, here's some sexual reassignment surgery, here's a way to make me and my company some
I'm
money.
pretty sure they have to do a psychological evaluation before
Yeah, no,
moving
not
forward.
really. There's so many, you should really look into stories of people talking to private journalists, people who have transitioned, come back years later that sue their parents and their doctors for letting them...
Okay, so you're talking about children.
those-
Let's talk about adults.
Oh, yeah, I
Because
think
that's
it's-
a completely different subject.
But the entire world isn't on that page with you where they like to lump them into each other, so the rest of the country doesn't believe that there's a distinction between that. They think that children have every right
because
just
half
like
the
adults.
country doesn't think that way means I shouldn't think that way?
No, this is my opinion. We're talking about my opinion, right? So
Yeah,
my
but-
opinion is that you cannot wear a costume and become somebody else's I don't think, no matter how many breasts a man puts on, no matter how many hormones he takes, no matter how many dresses he wears, he's never going to...
I know I cut that lady off mid-sentence, but it's my show. Do what I want. The fact now that you're finally seeing some women other than athletic women who are getting whooped in sports by men standing up for women is very refreshing. I've been saying this at the beginning. They're just weak men wearing dresses mocking women. Like putting on a performance of women. Like the dude, right? Lee Thomas, whatever his name was. 405th is a man. Number 1 is a woman. Record breaking. Broke all the records first year as a woman. Mediocre men are amazing as women athletically. So, and then you have all the weird dudes. And I know people out there like, Christian, that's not as big of a concern as you think it is. Yes, it is. I promise you, men have a much better sense of security than women do. And I know women think they do. You don't. You have no idea. You understand how to keep babies safe from a watering hole and, crocodiles. But as far as actual safety goes, terrible awareness. Terrible. But let's continue.
Be a woman, he'll never have my experience as a woman, and he'll never be able to have children or procreate or be a mother like a woman
So it
is.
offends you when someone identifies as a...
It does.
And why does it offend you?
It offends me because you're trying to be me and you're not me.
They're not trying to be you.
I
They don't want to
think
be
they're
you.
trying to be women. Yeah.
No. Wait.
Well,
so
what's your
why does it?
question?
So why does it offend
What's your
you?
question?
Because they're trying to be. They're not trying to be you.
It offends me because the country can't distinct with the fact that, like, you can be a cow, that's fine, do whatever you want, but you're not gonna, I'm not done talking. So you can be a cow, do whatever you want, but I don't think it's right to let biological men live in sororities with other females. I don't think it's right to let them into bathrooms with other females. I don't think it's right to let them play sports with females and win against them. I think that's wrong. So when nobody else likes to distinctualize that with just being a woman, yeah, there's a bigger conversation that needs to be had.
Okay, sure. I mean,
I
think,
agree with Emily.
okay, I think there's
Me too.
a very important distinct. Okay, should we wrap? Are we going over time or?
It's okay. We'll talk about it for a bit, then I'll wrap up. Go
Okay,
ahead.
okay, cool. Yeah, I don't want to take up all your
Yeah,
time.
that's good. Go ahead. I have one last question afterwards, and then we're done.
Okay,
I know,
okay.
guys, we'll get out of here
Fuck,
soon.
this shit's getting deep.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
gonna say, I think there's an important distinction, and I was watching a video on this the other day and I agree with, important distinction between people who are doing it because it's a trend, and then people who are genuinely trans. And I think people who are doing it as a trend ruin the representation of actual trans people and the image of actual trans people who feel like, I'm not comfortable in my body. I don't think this is...
But that's how you know it's not real, when you can't discern from a person faking it. How do you discern real gold? Bite it soft. How do you discern a real diamond? You take it and it cuts glass. How do you discern a real male? Drop your pants and see if you have all the equipment of a man. It's very simple. When you can fool a person who's pretending to be the thing that's pretending to be, you follow what I'm saying here. So they think they are, okay, a female thinks they should be born a male, so they think they're like me. And then you get people who are females who think there's an advantage of being a male. Let's just do it from that perspective. So then they fake pretending that they were born in the wrong body. See how ridiculous it is when you can't prove something is fake because even the real is also fake?
body I was supposed to be born in.
Right.
You know?
Right. But I believe that's a mental illness, and I believe that needs to be looked at
Yes.
a lot deeper and not just reaffirmed into, okay, yeah, take this surgery, take these hormones, and potentially ruin your life.
I think we're
Yeah.
doing those people with gender dysphoria a huge disservice because it is a very serious surgery, and I find it personally offensive because they talk about like oh, if you're transgender you can get this like big surgery, and when I as a woman for endometriosis, which is like a women's issue, I needed surgery, which is a minimally invasive surgery. They wouldn't give it to me in the United States. I had to go out of the country, and then even when it comes to abortion, they say, oh, it's a women's right, women's health care, whatever. No, they don't care about women's health, and they don't care about women's right because they didn't give, or they don't care about women's choice because they didn't give me the choice to get the treatment that is the closest thing that we have to a cure. They said, no, here, go on birth control pills. And I said, absolutely not. I'm not going to take birth control pills for the rest of my life. And yeah.
Wait, what does that have to do with trans people?
It's all related. It's all related. They talk about I just find it very offensive because I
don't know why you care about people's
trans
gender and
people,
sexuality.
Because their gender and sexuality doesn't exist. They're a man pretending to be a woman. It should be offensive. You're pretending to mock nature. Look, the hippie chick has no discernible answer to what these women are saying. What that woman is saying is they pretend to go through the plights of women. Endometriosis is something I'm familiar with. An ex-girlfriend of mine, if you're not familiar with it, look it up. I'm not a doctor. But at the end of the day, it's like webbing that grows on the inside of you. So you need a surgery to either cauterize it, or you have to take prescription, like my ex take, called Tr4ns, which makes your body think you're going through menopause. Essentially, there are some other treatments out there that work, but it depends how bad your endometriosis is. A trans man won't get that, ever. Right? It's like a trans woman. No, a trans woman will never get that. Like a trans man will never, ever, ever have a prostate problem. It's just a mockery of science. I was born in the wrong body. No, you weren't. Because if you're a woman who's born in the wrong body, you'd be born with a prostate. If you're a man who's born in the wrong body, you might be born with, a bosom. I don't know why I have these hiccups going on. But back to the show, because again, the hippie chick who's trying to defend it has no defense at all. And interesting body language, and I'll put it here in a second. The woman, before, look like she's holding on to a pole because she either is trying not to fall asleep or she looks super uncomfortable with the conversation.
surgery so easily. I couldn't get surgery, and then also just
Unrelated.
abortion is like a side note. It's all related. Like they
It's
say they care about women, but they
completely
don't.
Okay.
Maybe not.
Here's a question. I'm gonna try to fuse that into the dating thing. Do you think it's do you think it's wrong for a man to not want to date a trans woman?
Do I think it's here? When it okay, I don't think it's necessarily wrong, especially when it comes to the sexual aspect, because there might be a guy that's like, okay, let me try this relationship with a trans woman who may still have male biological body parts.
You're talking about a gay dude, a trans man with all male genitalia, and if your man is with that person, You're a gay man. And if you're with a trans person who's had all the surgeries, you're still a gay man because you're still attracted to men, just men who have been mutilated by doctors and medicine.
For some people, they might just not be able to get over that hump, which is like I feel like is understandable. So yeah, I think again it all comes to preference and standard.
What about if they got the surgery to change, but I still couldn't get over that part? So they had
Gender reassignment surgery.
What's the term? I don't know.
Bottom surgery?
Yeah. Yeah. Would that also be? Would you object to that? Like, oh, I don't want to be with someone who has the. What's it called? The inverted. I don't know what it's
Gender
called.
reassignment surgery.
No, there's a term for the.
Oh,
like
okay.
a medical term.
Bottom surgery. I don't know the medical term.
Whatever, the surgery, right? Would you object to that?
Do I object to that?
Yeah.
I mean, I probably would object to that. I mean, because that person's like a woman, and you say you're attracted to women, so.
Had to
Yeah.
get no, they're not a woman.
In your opinion.
Wait. Is it real?
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay, go ahead.
So what were the 4 things that you said? One of them was children, right?
Whoa, that's totally hold on. That's
No,
not
but, like,
related. That's
for
not related to what you
trans-
just said.
No, it is. For like because children is one of the important things in a relationship.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
And if you meet someone, and if you really want kids, like if
Yeah,
you want
okay.
your own biological kids from your partner,
Yeah, then that's
you
fine.
can't
Yeah.
have that. So like to say like, oh, even if you've transitioned but you still won't date me, that's not fair. I mean, if someone really wants biological children, it is fair.
Okay, then that's
It's not a G.I. Joe doll you turn into a Barbie doll. It's not a Barbie doll you put an attachment on, turn it into a G.I. Joe doll. It's a fucking human being. If I lose all of my genitalia and I get smoothed out like a goddamn bowling ball, I'm still technically a man. I'm just a eunuch. Okay? If ladies lose all of their titties and bitties and all that stuff, you're still a woman. Genitalia is not what defines you as a man or a woman. It's your DNA. It's your chromosomes. It's deeper than what you see on the outside. I understand how what I'm saying is like, oh, gotcha. No, don't gotcha. You can't chop off all your parts, dig a hole in yourself and call yourself a woman. You don't have any of the genetic makeup of a woman. And that hole in you, your body considers a wound. And it's always trying to close. That's why they always have to keep it open. Look, at the end of the day, you can have these nonsense conversations about, well, I'm okay with it, and then I'm not okay with it if they don't have a penis, because if they don't have a penis, they're a girl. No, they're a man without a penis. Let's knock off the bullshit. Let's just stop. Women. That's all I got to fucking say.
I want a partner who can have biological children with
Well,
me.
yeah, but like
can
the only
also just
person
say,
who
"I want a
doesn't
woman."
fit that is going to be someone who's trans.
Your definition of woman is extremely different.
My
but-
definition of a woman is someone with a uterus who can have children.
Well, again, the girl who's just ideologically driven has a dumb smile on her face and always says nonsense like, in your opinion. No, in the opinion of a fact. And a fact is a fact, and a fact doesn't have a fucking opinion. If you're a girl, you're a girl. If you're a boy, you're a boy. It doesn't matter what you do. If you take someone else's goodies and you sew them on yourself, you're just a freak. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me I'm right. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me if you date a person like that. Tell me if you think I'm wrong. Tell me if you think I'm a terrible person. Tell me whatever you want. Tell me something in the comment section. And you better subscribe. I'm out.